What's up, everybody? I hope you're happy and smiling while you're watching my latest vlog. And I'd like to give everyone an update on what's going on. Treatment update. Well, I haven't been back to my oncologist, so we haven't figured out the next step for my hormone therapy. I had a bad reaction to Arimidex, as you can see in my old videos. So I was asked to stop, and right now I just have the Zoladex in my system. And we're gonna figure out what drug to take instead of Arimidex. Maybe, hopefully, tamoxifen, and see if it works better for me. So right now I'm feeling so much better. I feel like I'm back to the old Jamie, the happy, jolly, positive Jamie, because the Arimidex really took it out of me, and I didn't want that kind of personality switch. I just feel like it's not worth it. So let's see what my onco says, but for now I am just living life and rebuilding. I am actually very aggressive with my job hunt right now, and it's doing really well. I've been getting some callbacks for my interviews, and what I love about America is it's a very professional environment, so there's no digging of personal issues. It's really purely about your work and what you can offer. So I've been successful getting callbacks for interviews, so let's see where the road will take me, because I am really in this process of finding my purpose. I am a thriver. I'm not a survivor. So I just don't want to float around through life in my second lease and, take on something that's mediocre and it's really not for me. I want, my real purpose in life. And I am in the process of discovering that, and I can't wait to share it with you guys where this road is leading. And I don't want to be specific yet on what jobs I'm applying for. I'd rather surprise you when it's all, sealed with a contract and everything. But I am so excited. I've been praying a lot and asking for some spiritual guidance to lead me where I'm supposed to be, because I want to just really live my second lease on life in a very purposeful manner. So fingers crossed, guys. Let's keep praying and hoping that it will be revealed, and I would be so excited to just give back by serving my purpose. For today's video blog, I would like to address some questions I've been receiving online from my followers. So I have my laptop right here, and I'm gonna read some questions and address them, just so you guys will also learn from, hopefully, the experiences I'm gonna share. So I have one question here from a follower, and she's asking, how did I ease into baldness? Because it's such a big deal for women, right? Like, especially if you're going through chemotherapy and you're very conscious about how you look and you lose all the hair. How do you manage the psychological and emotional trauma of losing your hair? Okay, well, in my case, what I did was I slowly cut my hair little by little. I've always had long hair. I've always had bra length hair. So never did I even imagine in my whole life that I'm gonna have short hair. And so when I knew that I was gonna lose my hair, I really wanted to donate the hair and cut it right off the bat, just so it's long when I donate it. But I chickened out. I didn't have the guts to do it. It felt too traumatic. What I did was I honored my pace. I cut my hair slowly. So from bra length, it became shoulder, and then I tried the bob, the A-line bob cut, and then I did something like below my ears, and then did pixie, and then eventually shaved it. To me, it depends on how you would take it. Some people have the guts to just cut it right off the bat for donation, but if you can't, it's understandable to just do it slowly, cut it little by little, just so you could ease into it gradually. In my case, I was very lucky to have a best friend who actually shaved her head for me. I mean, I'm not saying that all friends should do it, but in my case, I was just very fortunate that one of my best friends really expressed her empathy by shaving her head with me. So we did it together in a beautiful day. I was in a good mood. And yes, by the way, you have to make sure that you're in a very good mood before you decide to do the cut. I woke up one day and I just looked in the mirror and I felt right. I looked at myself and I said, you know what, today's the day. I think I'm ready. I wanna go cut it. And so I did. And it felt liberating because I was the one who decided to cut it. Because most people would say, just let chemo take it away. But to me, no, I think it's more traumatic to see your long hair falling while you're showering or while you're sleeping or while you're touching your scalp. I'd rather that I made the decision to cut it so it didn't feel like I lost it. It just felt like, hey, I just tried this new cut and it felt good. So I would highly, highly recommend getting ahead of cutting your hair and shaving it off instead of letting chemo take it. Trust me, it's gonna come back. Once chemo is finished, your hair will grow back just like mine. I came from super bald to look like a cute curly pixie. Enjoy the baldness, put scarves, hats, wigs, whatever is like your preference. I really like bandanas and wigs occasionally and fedora hats. So find your own personality, which I will be tackling on in another video blog perhaps about like wig, scarves, and headdresses. So it's really your choice. There's no right or wrong. You have to find your own personal style. Now, another question. What is your life before and after cancer? Well, very interesting because it did change a lot. I would say that going through a treatment like breast cancer treatment has definitely pushed up my maturity and made me go for what I want without any hesitations or doubts. Before the diagnosis, I was the carefree woman. And I still kind of am, but maybe now it's more calculated. I was more into going out. I was more just like not thinking about future. I was very, you know, you call the shots and I'll just go where the road takes me kind of person. I was more reckless with my health. I was more risky. And then after the diagnosis, I would say that I loved myself more. I became in tune with what I really want. And my taste has improved a lot in terms of, you know, I want quality food now. I want quality time. Even the clothes I wear have changed a lot. You just become more selective, I guess that's the word, because you feel like, hey, life is not something you take for granted. It's something you really, really have to take care of. So with the food, I try to eat healthier. I exercise more. I prioritize health and well-being now. I try to stay away from negative people or negative situations. I really want to just focus on building my energy and really digging deep about my purpose. And also, I became very, very vocal with what I want or what my needs are. Because before, you know, you just kind of let people get their way. But now I've learned how to say no in a polite, diplomatic way. I've learned how to really value what I feel. So if something doesn't feel right, I don't push it. Whereas before you justify that, oh, maybe this, maybe that, maybe you're just overanalyzing. But no, your intuition is always right. My intuition saved my life. I felt that something was not right with a lump I found in my breast. And so I turned it in and it turns out that it was cancer and now I'm free of it. So now I've learned how to really trust my intuition. And I guess now my priorities are very different. I no longer want to focus on superficial stuff or things that are fleeting. I want to be investing on something that will really grow and will really give me more purpose and personal satisfaction. And I've become very, very, very close to my relationships, to my best friends, to my family, and to the higher being. I know that maybe some of you are not religious or doesn't believe in that, but to me, in a general sense, my spirituality really, really improved. I'm more expressive with what I feel. I acknowledge that I'm human and I'm not perfect and it's okay. You can try your very best to be your best version, but that's about it. You can try, but it's never achievable to be perfect, and humans should be more compassionate with that. And I've learned that aspect. And now, you know what, guys? I have this newfound appreciation for life. everything is beautiful. Everything is something to be grateful for. Simple things, beautiful weather, a great conversation, comfortable bed, good food, quality time, all these things. And people who are going through a difficult time, to me, is more something I understand. Whereas before, I'm just like, oh, well, too bad for her or him. Now it's more like, oh, I know what you're going through. I empathize, I sympathize. Because once you've experienced something really hard, you become more kinder, to those people, because you know what it's like. You've been in their shoes. And I have really learned how to love myself more. I could not stress that enough, because before in my case, I take myself for granted and my needs come second before others. And now I've learned how to just really, really look after myself a lot more. So I guess I would say I really changed for the better. Maybe cut down on alcohol and parties and all that. I still do it like once in a while, but not as much as I used to. So I'm happy with the transformation. And right now, as you can see, I'm in the pursuit of finding my purpose. So this is another chapter that is yet to unfold, which I'm really excited about. All right, so next question. All right, here you go. Do you ever feel down or depressed? And if you do, what do you do about it? I do grieve, and when that happens, I just feel what I feel. You can't run away from it. You have to confront the feelings. If I'm down, then I'm down. I cry, I talk to a friend, I listen to music, I pray, I go for a walk, or sometimes I just really need to be alone and deal with it. Feel sadness. If you're watching and you feel like you don't have the right to feel sad or down, no, that's not true. That's your feeling, so it's valid. Feelings are always valid. And the only thing that's not valid is if you're hurting other people or you're hurting yourself while you're feeling down and negative. But as long as you're not, then sit with the pain. That's how you deal with it. There's no other way sometimes, because the more you escape it, it's gonna come back and bite you anyway. So might as well deal with it now. If you're feeling lonely and sad and doubtful and angry, then feel the anger. In my case, when I feel angry, I really just let it out, talk, or write a journal, or go boxing, or just cry and cry and cry until I get so tired of crying, and then I feel better. Because at the end of the day, you are gonna feel better. It may feel painful and frustrating at that time, but it does go away if you just sit with it and deal with it. It's not the ideal situation, right? I mean, it's painful, but that's just how it is. You just have to feel pain, because hurt hurts, right? And once you're done grieving, then bounce back. Find a way to get back your happy energy. It can be in different forms, maybe going for exercise, which releases endorphins, talking to a friend, seeing your therapist, or maybe go retail therapy. We have our different ways of coping. So find your way that makes you happy. Maybe do art, do some drawing, knitting, reading a good book, get a massage. As long as you know what's good for you, what works for you, then do it. And then when the anger or the fear or the sadness or the desperation comes back, go deal with it again. Feel it and then come back. What matters is you bounce back after you fall down or you get sad. That's all there is. But there's no way of escaping it. Even I myself go through it. Those are the questions for today. If you guys have any questions that you would like me to address for the upcoming video blogs, you may just put a comment below in this section, or you can hit me up in any of my social media accounts. I have Instagram, I have Facebook, and I have my website, www.jamiewins.com. I would be happy to hear what you want me to talk about, just because I want this blog and this video blog to be meaningful to you and helpful. And I'll definitely keep you posted about my upcoming treatment, what I'm going to be doing next. But for now, I feel very, very happy and content and blessed. And I am continuously winning. And thanks to all of you praying and rooting for me. If you're watching this and you're looking for inspiration, well, here I am. Exhibit A. I've been doing good, and I believe you can do the same. Thank you, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend ahead. And keep subscribing and keep watching Jamie Wins. I'll see you soon. Bye.